heard a little bit about me, I want a future thing about food and trying to change my life and get more of a career, setting me up, trying to help me get into college. And yeah, that's how it all started from, really.
Barry came across me on my pitch selling the big issue in Norwich and explained to me what Leap was all about in terms of an opportunity to gain independent living whilst training for getting back into work.
When I first met with Barry, he was very helpful in explaining what he could offer to me, and then obviously I helped myself to do that.
I was introduced to the Leap project at Bishop Bridge House, just at the bottom of Gas Hill. It's a hostel for people who have sort of been in a homeless situation or vulnerable situation, and Barry of Leap came in and talked to us there, and since then we've had an ongoing relationship of support, and also where he's introduced me to a variety of organisations and opportunities for people such as myself.
I was very interested in the whole concept of helping yourself to help your way out of the situation that I found myself in, which was both workless and homeless, and an opportunity to get to independent living by showing a commitment to vocational training, and also being given the opportunity to do some further educational study really appealed to me.
Through the LEAP scheme, they helped me get involved in education, and I joined the Evolve project at the University of East Anglia. Well, going back to school has really helped me increase my confidence, and I've really enjoyed the learning experience.
And I'm really excited to have the chance and look back and see that I progressed through to level 2, and when I first got to Norwich, I had nothing living in a hostel, and I've come this far.
After my meeting with Barry, he told me about courses that were available to me. I then got myself involved in them, then done a 12-week programme in doing team sort of building tasks. After that, I also got involved in a course doing teaching assistant, and the LEAP project offered me accommodation throughout. They offered me accommodation while I was in my 12-week programme.
Also through the LEAP project, I've been put in touch with a group called We2, which they're introducing a new initiative to help people like myself called Community Learning Champions. And the opportunity for somebody like myself is to use my experiences of being homeless, of having problems with accommodation, with acquiring a job after such a background, as for someone like myself to use my own experiences to help other people in those difficult situations, help to provide them with opportunities and possible routes out of these situations into more promising prospects, such as having their own accommodation, and obviously being able to access courses and work in the long term.
LEAP also pointed me in the right direction to doing some volunteering work at St Martin's Housing Trust. It's certainly turned my life around in the sense that now I have a sense of purpose, and it keeps me busy, off the streets and out of trouble.
I was also offered a work placement at City Hall, working in the LEAP team, who at that time were preparing for a national conference of the scheme. So I worked as part of the team preparing and organising that national conference.
I was shortly after starting my level 2 at City College, I was shortly moved into private accommodation, where I started building up the foundation, started putting my head down to the books, and kind of started getting the feel about cooking and getting my own space all over again. I help out at least once a week, working for the Joy of Food over Wessex Street under one roof, and kind of teaching basic practical cooking skills and knife skills.
The great thing about someone like Dean is that the project's been able to move him through at his own pace. So he's been able to go to college, get his own accommodation, and now he's lucky to get a job here so he can move and progress through.
LEAP was absolutely great in terms of finding accommodation. For the first 4 to 5 months I was engaged in the project, I remained living in the hostel, and that helped me further along the road of my own sobriety, and while at the same time engaging in gradually increasing voluntary work and academic work. In terms of the accommodation itself, once I'd been on the project for, I think it was 5 months, I actually moved into a single person's flat.
Just sort of doing the course that I'm on at the moment, doing the teaching assistant course, being able to get there twice a week through the LEAP project because they've offered me the bus pass, and also them offering me obviously this accommodation which I'm now in.
Sort of the opportunity has just has arisen through the LEAP project. To be, if I'm quite honest, when I was suffering from certain issues and obviously of homelessness and that, these things seemed a long way out of reach, you know, sort of for other people, for myself. And through the LEAP project, they've given me access to get in touch with these people and provide me with a pathway into these circumstances. But also they've provided me with things such as self-respect and confidence and self-belief, which perhaps I was also lacking in the future. And having those things instilled inside me, you know, makes it seem like now is the right time.
The project's about really trying to meet people's aspirations, supporting them with those aspirations, but also empowering them to make their own choice.
The benefits of people taking part in the LEAP project is that they're able to access a wider range of training and information and advice and guidance services.
Barry makes referrals to me, and then I would phone the person up, introduce myself, tell them what BTCV does, ask them if they're interested and if they would like to come along, and if they say yes, I tell them where the office is and I tell them what to wear, so old work clothes and sturdy footwear, and to bring along a packed lunch, and I tell them that it's led by a qualified leader and that we supply tea and coffee.
It has been really successful in the first couple of years, and we're wanting to move on and get some more funding for it to carry on and build the project. The successful thing about it has been, you know, moving people on into the accommodation, moving people on into areas of training that they really want to be in.
So I don't think you can replicate that elsewhere. It's not a Job Centre Plus, it's not with a prime contractor, it has to be a joint multi-agency approach, and I think that's what LEAP project has been able to do in Norwich.